Assalamualaikum. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to review the famous novel Midnight's Children written by Salman Rushdie. It was first published in 1981 by Jonathan Cape. The novel has around 446 pages and it won the Booker Prize, making it one of the most celebrated books in English literature. Yes, Salman Rushdie is a British Indian writer known for mixing real history with magical elements in his novels. His stories often explore identity, politics, memory, and freedom. Other famous books by him include The Satanic Verses, Shame, and The Ground Beneath Her Feet. The book is a historical novel with magical realism, which means it tells real historical events but includes fantasy and supernatural elements. Rushdie uses the life of one man to tell the story of India's independence and growth after British rule. Coming to the main character, so Salim Sinai is born at midnight on August 15, 1947, the very moment India becomes independent. He believes that this special birth connects him to the destiny of the nation. No. However, because of a nurse's mistake, Salim is switched at birth and raised by the wrong family. His life becomes full of drama, magic, and tragedy. He has the power to read minds and later discovers there are other children born at the same midnight, each with magical powers. So these children called Midnight Children represent the hope and chaos of the new nation. But as time goes on, Salim loses his family, falls in wars, forgets who he is, and finally ends up in a sterilization camp during the Indira Gandhi's emergency. In the end, Salim believes that his body and the country will fall apart into pieces. Here, Rushdie gives us one of the most famous lines from the novel: I am the sum total of everything that went before me, of all I have been seen done, of everything done to me. This powerful quote shows that Salim's identity is not just about himself, it's also about his country's history, decisions, and mistake. He carries all of it inside him. So I found many strengths in the story. Like Rushdie's writing is poetic and powerful. It talks about big issues like identity, power, and loss. The mix of real history and magical events keep readers engaged. And last one, everything, even Salim's nose, has meaning. So what could be difficult here? There are some difficulties that this book can be a little hard to follow at times, especially for new readers. The timeline jumps a lot. One moment you were in the past and the next you are in the future. So Selim also tells the story in a non-linear way, which means not everything is in order. Sometimes he mixes real events with magical ones, and that can confuse some readers. Also, Rushdie uses a lot of details, names, and symbols, which may feel overwhelming if you are not familiar with Indian history. But if you are patient and keep reading, it all becomes clear in the end. So the book shows real events like the most interesting thing is the book shows real events like partition and creation of Pakistan, Indo-Pak wars, the birth of Bangladesh, Indira Gandhi's emergency. This makes the novel very useful for students of history, literature, and post-colonial studies. So it helps us understand how big political changes affect ordinary people. So yeah, at last, Midnight's Children is a powerful novel that connects one man's story to the fate of an entire nation. It is rich in imagination, emotion, and meaning. Although it can be challenging at times, it is a rewarding read. So I highly recommend this book to students, literature lovers, and anyone interested in the history of South Asia. It teaches us that we are all shaped by the past, just like Salim said in the unforgettable quote, I am the sum total of everything that went before me. So, thank you for listening to this review. I hope you give this amazing book a try.